Hey guys, it's Slots, and today I wanted to talk about surveillance culture and the normalization of it. And if you don't know what that is, it's essentially like the idea that like you're constantly kind of being watched or like tracked in a way, both online and in person. And I guess to start out to kind of further explain that is I was in high school and my mom asked me to download this app called Life 360, and this app essentially tracks your location so she could see where I am at any point in time. I remember really hating this at first, obviously. Like, I didn't want my mom knowing where I was, as a teenager. Like, it's like, oh, I don't want my mom knowing I'm like wherever I went. Like, it was stupid. Mainly, I got upset about it was like if like there was like a party at some like random kid's house and like I would want to go and like I didn't want her seeing me at like some random person's house, like because she would be like, oh, why are you at this person's house? I don't know. That was like the main thing, but I also just remember like if I said I was going to my friend's house and then for whatever reason we left that friend's house to either like grab food or go to someone else's house, like soon after I left that house, she would text me like, "Oh, where are you going?" And it's like, "Were you like watching the app the whole time or like did you have notifications on or something?" Cuz it's like, "How did you find out that quickly that I left the house?" Like that was crazy. And I mean I still have Life 360 on my phone to this day. She still has my location. And it's not, I don't love it, but it's not like she is like doing that, now. It's not like she's like, "Oh, where are you going? What are you doing? Who are you with?" and stuff like that. Like she's not so much like a helicopter over my head, but I still don't love the idea of it. And that's kind of like the first time where I was like, okay, like I don't really like the idea that I'm like constantly, being watched in a way. And I feel like a big thing, this is kind of the main thing I wanted to talk about with that point, is a big, like, normal thing nowadays, I feel like, is, especially in relationships, is having each other's locations. Now, I don't really care what other people do in their relationships, but I just don't like the fact that if I were to say, like, oh, I don't want, to share our locations with each other, I've been seeing so many people say like, "Oh, if they don't share your location with you, like they're cheating on you, they're hiding something from you because it's like what's the big deal with sharing your location?" And I think that's just stupid because it's like I'm not cheating on my girlfriend. I'm not, doing anything or going anywhere I wouldn't want her to know. But it's just like a privacy thing. It's like I don't want someone knowing where I am 24/7, and it's like, yeah, my mom knows where I am 24/7 technically, but like I give her a little grace because it's like she's my mom. I understand it. She wants to make sure like I'm safe and all that. And it's also I'm living in her house. Like once I move out, I'm not having this app on my phone. But with a girlfriend, it's just like I don't want her knowing where I am 24/7. I don't want to know where she is 24/7. And like the number one thing I hear all the time is like, oh, when I ask like, oh, why do you want to have your partner's location? It's always like, oh, for safety purposes. And it's like I'm not gonna like argue with that, right? Like I get it, but I don't really think it's fully necessary. I think maybe if you want to do it temporarily, like, oh, if she's going out or you're going out, like just to make sure, you're get home safe, I think is the main thing. But like, you don't need it 24/7. Like, if she's just going about her day, I don't even know what she's doing. Like, I think that's just, personally, I think it's a little weird, but I don't know. Again, I don't care what other people do in their relationships, but I think it's just, I don't like the fact that if you don't want to do it, it's seen as like you're hiding something, which is just I disagree with that entirely. And the same thing with like it's the same thing. I wouldn't give like my girlfriend like my social media passwords, like the passwords of my phone. Like she doesn't need that. And like obviously like if we're in the car or something, like this is the example I think of whenever I'm having this argument with like friends is like if she wants to change the song, yeah, I'll give you my password so you could change the song. But just because you have the password to my phone now doesn't give you access to my phone whenever you want. So I just think like that expectation or the normalization of like sharing locations, sharing passwords, it's like, yeah, if you want to do it, you can do it. I'm not going to like stop people from doing it, but I don't think that should be like looked down upon if you don't want to do it. I think it's like a little like just because someone doesn't want to share their location with you doesn't mean they're cheating on you. On another note, which doesn't really have to do anything with surveillance culture, but like me and my friends were debating like, oh, like when would you give your girlfriend like the key to your apartment or your house? And I was saying, I was the only one saying this. Let me know if anyone agrees with me or if I'm like the odd one out in this situation. But I wouldn't give the key to my, girlfriend if they were not living in the place with me. Like if they're staying for a couple days, yeah, I'll give you the key so you could go in and out, or if you're staying for like any amount of time. But if you're not living there, I don't think you necessarily need the key to my place. And it's not, again, it's not that I don't trust her. It's not that, I'm hiding anything. It's just like that's my space. Like you don't need to have access to that 24/7. Like I wouldn't give anyone the key that's not living there. Like that's just how I feel about it. And again, like my friends were all like, oh, like that's kind of weird. And they were like, oh, you wouldn't give us the key? And I was like, no, I wouldn't. And again, it's not that I don't trust them. I don't want them in my house. It's just like, that's my space. If you want to come over, I could let you in. Like, that's just how I feel about it. But anyway, back to the topic of the video. Going on to the next thing I have here is kind of this normalization of filming people in public, which feel like I've been seeing a lot of videos of just strangers not knowing they're being recorded, and most of the time it's them doing like embarrassing stuff and everyone in the comments is making fun of them. And I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've never like taken a picture or a video of a stranger and like sent it to a friend or posted on my Snapchat private story, but I don't do that anymore. And I think posting it on like a public thing is crazy, but I think it's just so stupid, and I think mainly I thought about it if I was in the other person's perspective, right? If I saw a video of me being posted on the internet without my knowledge, and it's me, again, for the most part, I feel like it's these videos or pictures of, embarrassing things, I would be very upset. And I feel like it's really affected me where I've talked about on this channel before, like with my OCD and stuff, and like, I really do care about what people think of me. That's like kind of the biggest problem, I guess, that I struggle with. And, I just am constantly aware a lot of the time whenever I'm out in public of like how I'm acting and, not coming across weird or anything like that. And if I ever like catch myself, not aligning with that, is like one of the thoughts that will pop up in my head is like, oh my God, what if someone took a picture, or what if someone took a video of that? And it's like, I kind of feel like a big reason as to why I think that, obviously, is because I see so many videos all the time of just like people getting recorded, getting their photos taken without their knowledge, and it gets posted on the internet and everyone makes fun of them. And I understand like when you go out in public, like your expectation of privacy, I think it is like not existent, right? Like you're able to record people. It's not, something that's not allowed, but just because you're allowed to do it, I think like singling someone out and like they're not doing anything wrong, right? Like obviously there's exceptions to this rule. Like if you're filming yourself for safety purposes, that you're like, you're getting like attacked or something like that, like obviously pull out your phone, take a video of it. But I think like just like the need to, if it's something silly, like why are you like, I don't know. I think it's so stupid personally. And the reason why I find it stupid, honestly, is because I'm definitely afraid of being posted on social media without my knowledge and like everyone making fun of me. But I think just in general, like to just think about that and just, I don't know, that scares me. And it just is scary because of how normal I feel it is. And I think it has impacted a lot of things. Like, I mean, I don't know if this is true or I don't think it's the sole reason either, but I feel like a big reason as to why like everyone complains about how like the club and bar scene is like dead. And I feel like a big reason as to why is because people are not only afraid of judgment like in person, but I mean, maybe this is just me, but I feel like people are also scared of like someone taking a photo of them or someone videoing them like while they're like drunk and like, acting a little stupid. And that's why at least clubs and bars I go to, a lot of time it's just like people kind of standing around talking to their like only their group of friends and not really just like having fun, it seems like, if I'm being honest. But maybe I'm just thinking too much into it. But that's just one idea that popped in my head. And it's definitely something I think about as well, where it's like if I'm out, I'm like, oh, I don't want to make myself look like an idiot. What if someone takes a video or something? Which I don't know. I feel like that's just a big thing that I hate, and it's definitely affected me and how I act. And then one thing I wanted to bring up as well is the idea of like companies doing this, which I'm not going to get too far into it just because A, I don't know too much about it. And also I feel like it's kind of something we're all aware of. And it's like, every time, you use an app or you log on to like a website, they're like taking our data and like using it for whatever purposes, mainly for advertising. And same thing with like security cameras and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, that doesn't bother me too much personally. Like, obviously, if it's used for like bad reasons, then yeah, like I'm not a fan of that. But if it's just like there, it's like, okay, what am I going to do about it? Especially with like companies, it's like I can't control that at all. But that's definitely a big thing that comes up when you search up like surveillance culture is like the idea of like companies and like security cameras and like you're constantly being watched and tracked by like these, higher ups, I guess. But I really just wanted to focus more on like how like we do it to each other, I guess. That sounded weird, but like you guys know what I mean by that. But I think the last point I'm going to bring up here is just like how everyone has like a digital footprint nowadays. And you could find out so much about someone by just looking up their name on Google. And if you have their Instagram account, you could find out so much about someone. And I think, I mean it's normal. I'm not saying it's not something where it's like the person's consenting to like posting that on the internet and stuff like that. But I think it's just crazy that you could pretty much find out whatever you want about anyone if you just do a Google search. But I don't feel as weird about that personally because it's not like what I said about posting like strangers or anything like that. Like it's you're posting yourself on the internet, right? So, you're controlling kind of what you want to be sharing and what's not. But I just think it's an interesting point to bring up just because of how much you could figure out about someone just based on their Instagram profile. So yeah, that's a couple things I brought up. As I said, like I feel like it's definitely affected me in the sense where especially with like the filming and taking photos of people in public, like that is a genuine fear of mine and I don't even know how I kind of get over that. I think I just kind of have to be okay with the possibility of it happening. And at the end of the day, it's like you can only do so much. So I don't know. I hope I kind of get over that fear a bit, but it's definitely something that's going to take a while to get over. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you guys think about like the checking each other's location and also the filming in public because I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section below. But if you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.